Tell me a story. Any story. Make it entertain me. Make it captivate me. Make it change my life.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Why won't you talk to me? Mr. Fairfax, what brings you in my home again?
Any new leads on my sister's murder?
Mr. Fairfax, as I said, you'll get new information as I get it. That's a promise.
You understand my concern, officer. It's been 3 weeks since her murder and still no results.
Mr. Fairfax, I can assure you.
How's your wife?
Excuse me?
Your wife, Mrs. Detective Tarsitano. How is she?
She's not here.
I see. I apologize. I didn't mean to pry.
I will contact you if anything changes.
Very good. Please be sure to keep me informed. Mouthwash.
Come again?
I'm not one to judge you, Detective. Lord knows I've been known to partake in the occasional morning bender myself, but if you are going to drink this early, you should consider using mouthwash. It covers up the stench.
There comes a point in every person's life when they ask themselves, how did I get here?
That's for goddamn sure.
Would my entire life literally flash before my eyes? What if nothing happened? What if all I had was what I had already learned? Well, if nothing else, I had learned this. It's those times that we truly examine our own identity, from all sides, that we find the truth.
I'm just trying to get to know your sister as best I can. What can you possibly tell me about her?
I can tell you that all she ever wanted was to be a storyteller.
That's a good start. I like a good story. I consider myself a storyteller. Not so much a storyteller per se, but more of an interpreter. I like to think the evidence tells a story. Tell me something, Mr. Fairfax. Do you like movies?
Of course I do. Who doesn't?
Did you ever see one called Sunset Boulevard?
I know it's a classic. What about it?
It's a true classic. You know what made that film great? Not the suspense, nor the drama, or even the characters. It was the concept. A dead body floating in a pool. Nobody knows who he is or how he got there. And yet, we find out at the end of the film that he was a narrator, and the narrator was a writer. He was a writer that wrote about his own death before it even happened. It ends before it even begins.
I don't believe we're speaking of the same film.
So anyway, your sister was a great writer. She was one of my favorites. She wrote a novel called Sunset Boulevard Revisited.
Your wife. I know I asked you about her before, but how is she?
She's fine, Mr. Fairfax.
And the mouthwash. I can detect by the air that you've followed up on my advice.
Mr. Fairfax, can we please stay focused? As I was saying before, Sunset Boulevard Revisited.
Ah, yes. I can't say I've ever read that one.
No one has. The manuscript was found in her apartment after her death. I just finished it. Fascinating stuff. You want to know what I found so strange?
Absolutely.
The way she wrote it. I mean, the language, the events of the story. It's almost like she was writing about her own death. Like she knew exactly what was going to happen. The writers' conference, the roofies in her drink, the convention center basement, the gun. How could she have possibly have known all that was going to happen to her?
Pure dumb luck, I suppose. Perhaps she was psychic.
I don't think it was either. In fact, I don't think she knew what was going to happen to her at all.
I'm not sure I follow.
Am I moving too fast for you, Tessa? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I call you Tessa? I've been reading so much of her work lately that she's always on my mind. Or I suppose it doesn't matter what I call you.
Do you want me to leave you two alone?
That's some audacity. Sarcasm in the middle of this.
Well, the truth is sarcasm.
Where did you get that? A fortune cookie? A bumper sticker? Where?
If you must know, my father told me.
Did you kill him too?
I'm sorry?
I bet you are. You did the writing, and she got the credit.
What possibly could have led you to that conclusion? What is this?
Your sister's conference badge. It's one piece of evidence I hadn't looked at. I mean, really looked at. And ironically enough, it was your sister's manuscript, or should I say, your manuscript, that led me to it.
It's those times that we examine our own identity from all sides that we find the truth. Very good, detective. But I still don't understand how this thing...
Simple. I called the conference organizer's phone number on the back. These were shipped out weeks ago. Guess where your sister's was mailed to?
My address. Impressive. Let me ask you something, detective. Have you written before?
A little in high school.
So you have no idea then how difficult it is. How you pour yourself into every page, every agonizing blot of ink. How it feels to have someone else take credit for your work. Have all your friends and all your family ask you, why can't you be more like your sister? How it feels to have a gift to someone you love get thrown right back into your face.
The legacy?
By George, I think we have a savant amongst us. Yes, detective, legacy.
And what's your legacy going to be? I mean, a murderer? A coward? Someone who's a beautiful gift to his younger sister and then takes away her life as payment?
I tried to think of such things, detective. I like to focus instead on much more pressing issues, such as my new piece. I can't really disclose too much about it to you, but would you like to know how it ends? You die. If it's any consolation, detective, I'll dedicate the novel to your memory.
Tell me a story. Any story. Make it entertain me. Make it captivate me.